Well, good morning and welcome to Brekkie, the guy who sews. It is already February. Can anyone believe that? It's February 3rd. I don't think she is here, but if I remember correctly, we have a birthday in the house. She'll be here later on, I'm sure. Lisa from the Oracle Quilter, Georgia. So if she pops in at some point, either in the live or the replay, happy birthday. I hope I had the right person. If I don't, if it's your birthday today or yesterday or tomorrow, like it is for Becca, happy birthday to you. So
And
I
yesterday
just
was your birthday, so happy birthday.
well, thank you very much. I had a good day. It was very low key. It was just I got to work from home. Hooray. I got to join my friends at Cutting Cuts on a live. That was a lot of fun. And then it was just a kind of a chill day. I had ice cream cake for dessert and normally we'd have something nice for dinner, but I was too lazy to go out and fetch it. So we ended up having leftovers. But that's fine. We figure we'll go out and have burgers or something tonight. So plus Simon he's been doing some extracurricular activities at school. He didn't get home till like almost 8 o'clock. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going at 8 o'clock. Forget that. I'm too old for that stuff. So anyway, getting distracted, but that's what you get here. If you want something perfectly polished, I'm sorry you have not found the right place, and I hope you find what you're looking for. But if you enjoy sewing and quilting and hanging out with us and having a goofy time and getting off into tangents, you have found the right place, and we welcome you. I brought along my good friend today, Russ from Quilt Meets World. He's been with me, what, twice before, I think?
Yes.
And it was about this time last year we had the infamous electricity episode. I almost went out and rented a generator, but I figured lightning shouldn't strike twice. But for anyone who hasn't met Russ, I'd just like him to take a few moments to introduce himself and tell us a bit more about him and his channel as well.
Well, hi, I am Russ. My YouTube channel is, excuse me, Quilt Meets World. It's still too early. I do Saturday morning at 11 a.m. It's an 11Z's live, where I'm usually working on whatever I'm working on that week. The next couple of weeks is going to be the Fort Worth Fabric Studio Matters of the Heart sew along. So I'll be working on that in a couple hours. And on Sunday evenings, I do a weekly vlog podcast, whatever we want to call it, that lets me know or lets everybody know all the shenanigans that I got up to for the week. It includes stupid things that happen at work. It does awesome videos of the doggo and kitty and just all the shenanigans that happen, stuff that I've been working on, and seeing if I can keep myself up to date on on my goals.
Absolutely. And I love Russ's channel. I mean, I've been following him and supporting him pretty much from day one, I think. I think I was probably one of the first people you told, hey, I'm starting the channel soon. Uh,
Yes, you were pretty early on. Yes.
yeah. And so, yeah, definitely check out Russ's live at 11 a.m. Eastern, or if you're coming in late, just, watch the replay as well. It's always fun to
Yep.
watch it replay. And I love that he has a podcast. I watch it as often as I can. If you enjoy my podcast, you'll definitely enjoy Russ's as well. So if you're in the live chat, you can hit exclamation point Russ or exclamation point guest, because I always update each week who the guest is and their link, so that way it makes it nice and easy. But let's just see who is here. We have quite a nice little crowd this morning. Who thought people would show up at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern or 7 Central? And we have folks popping in at 5 a.m. Pacific sometimes. So and then sometimes my sister and my buddies from Australia pop in, and it can be anywhere between midnight and 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. on the West Coast. Okay, so Dragonflies for Donna was here with us this morning. Melissa Feldhouse, Stephen, your buddy from Bland Designs and Year Quilter has popped in for a little bit. Let's see. I know I saw a bunch of people hop in. Nellie Franco is here. Just keep scrolling. Good morning, Pat Strawhouse. Joyty is here. Benita Storbacken. I'm probably butchering names, and if I do, I apologize in advance. Phyllis Klein is here with us. Heather from the Debt Free Quilter. Hey, it's good to see you here this morning with us. Bonjour, Nadine. She's one of our wonderful viewers from France. I forget what part of France, but I know she's I know she watches Stephen's channel as well, probably yours. Let's see, my friend Jamie from the Quilting Compound is here. I'll throw her link in the chat as well. But she has, no, I do not want to insert an ad. YouTube. No, that's why it's not letting me. I'm trying to put her thing in the emoji search, and that's why it's not working. Okay, Lisa from the Orca Quilter, Georgia is here. Good morning. And I believe it is her birthday today. As I said, I may have her confused. I'm not going to have a good day with this. I keep putting it in the search for that. Okay, Jan Johnson is here from Western Australia. Good evening. It is 9 p.m. where she is, if I remember correctly. Mona from Mona Did What is here with us as well. And she has a wonderful channel. And I just love seeing her channel grow. Hey, look, I got in the right spot this time. Nancy LaVentura is here with us. Good evening. It's always good to see you. You know what? Yeah, Let me scroll the right month. Okay, Kathy from My Hobby Home is here. I knew I was going to forget her name. Is here as well, and she'll be joining me next week. So I'm throwing all the links in right now. So Joy says, happy birthday, Sean. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I've got them all over the place. I have not had time to reply to them all, but thank you all so much. Linda Parsons, Teresa Lynch, and let's see, Irish Sail Lady, good morning. Donna from Handmade by Ying. If you haven't seen her channel, you are definitely missing out. You need to go over and check her stuff out, especially if you love FPP. She loves FPP, and I love she's making a Scrabble quilt. It looks like a Scrabble
I
board.
saw that.
Yeah, absolutely love that. I'm looking forward to seeing that come together. So definitely go over and check that out and support all of my friends. You know, there's plenty of room for everybody, and I love supporting everybody as much as I physically. I promise we will get some sewing done in just a minute. I tell you, I get distracted all the time.
Squirrel.
Okay, yeah, Squirrel. Yeah, that movie, which is it Ice Age with the squirrel?
Well, Ice Age has the prehistoric squirrel, but it is up with Doug saying squirrel.
Okay, that's me. That is me. And yeah, I keep saying I'm undiagnosed ADD. And yeah, no problem there. Okay. If I miss someone, I apologize in advance. Java Joni, good morning. It's good to see you as well. And if you're watching in the chat, like the replay later on, you're still hanging out with us through this mess. Thank you so much. Let us know that you are watching today, because I always love seeing who pops in later on. So I see the views, but I don't get to see who it is, unfortunately. Michelle the Quilter is here. Good morning, Sean and Russ and everyone in the chat. Happy belated birthday, Sean. I'm subscribed to both of you. Perfect. Yeah, and if you aren't subscribed to Russ, go over and check out his stuff, because he is like this close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd love to see him get a little closer. I don't know that I have the power to get him over that mark today, but if we can get him that much closer, that'd be fun, because when you're sitting at 9 to 950, it's like the hardest time, because you're that close, but you just want to get to that 1,000. It's such a big achievement.
Yeah, I just watching Steven and Stephanie just inching towards their 10,000 and 20,000 goals respectively.
Yes.
That was like, you need to be getting more people now.
Yeah, but you know, like we all grow at our own rates, and you know, we grow naturally, and yeah, it's hard, but you know, like we love and appreciate each and every person that pops on and supports us as well. But you know, when you get so close to those goals, it's always it's that. Good morning, Katie from Greenland Quilter. Another of one of my wonderful quilty friends who has a channel. She usually goes live at 4 p.m. today. So if you need more quilty goodness after me, you should have Donnell's from Donnell Stitchery at 10, Russ at 11, and Mom and Pop Quilt Shop at 1, and then Katie at 4, and then Stephanie at 5. So you have plenty of goodness to work on today. Good morning, Jeanette Vincent.
I don't think Stephanie's going live today. She's at Harry Potter World.
Oh, okay.
So the 5 o'clock live is going to be on Shannon's channel this evening.
Okay, well then definitely go over and visit Shannon at 5, and she is at exclamation point Shannon. All right. Rob is here with us from Quilting in the Man Cave. Good morning, gentlemen, in Quilty World. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to miss people in the chat. If you have any questions in the chat, please tag me at the guy who sews, because then it comes up in bright orange and it's a lot easier to see. The problem that I have right now is we're getting so popular, which is awesome. I sometimes miss questions and that sort of thing there, so it makes it easier. And if anyone here, can someone turn on the closed captions for me real quick as a viewer, and just make sure it's working. I turned it on in YouTube just to see if it worked that way, and hopefully it will. And if not,
I see closed captionings.
It is working? Okay, perfect. All right, because I know people have asked for that, and I can turn it on in Zoom quite happily, but if we turn it on in YouTube, people have the option to turn it on or off. So I figured that might be the way to go. But we'll play. But if it works better to do it the other way, we'll do it the other way in the future. But that's what we're doing today. Okay. All right. Donna says the closed captions. Okay, so we've got people saying it's working. Okay, so today I am working on clue 7 of the Carnival Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts. I'm getting good at that, right? I am doing the Bomb Pop colorway, which is a nice variety of red, white, and blue in batiks. I think it's Hoffman batiks. And then you're also working on clue 7, and you are doing
Yep.
it in.
I have Ferris wheel.
I love that one. That one's gonna be so fun. That one sold out like what, 20 minutes?
Something like that. I was on there right at 8 o'clock when it went on sale. And by the time my sister got out of bed, she wanted the Tula Pink one and the petting zoo, and it
Yeah,
was already sold out.
yeah. That was crazy.
And I
Like,
told her she needed to get up early.
yeah. When I say get up early to get your favorite colorways, if it's one of the more popular ones, you need to be up early and on when they sell it. I also wanted to mention real quick that Katie from Greenland Quilter is actually going to do a live at 9 a.m. With Janice from The Right Way, who's actually in the chat right now. So definitely go support them after when you're done here. If you want to go hang out with them for a little bit at 9 o'clock, you can do that as well. Yeah, they're doing an earlier live just because that was the time that Janice was able to hang out with Katie. So I think I've done all my homework this morning. If you didn't know already, the new one, the Tree of Life, shipped yesterday, and you're doing that one, right, Russ?
I am doing that one. I'm doing the Radiance colorway for Tree of
Uh,
Life. And then a coworker of mine wants a quilt as well. So she bought the same one that you have.
Purple Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one looks fantastic. Like, I love the colors. I've shown this off yesterday and I think Thursday. These are the colors for Purple Mist. As an ambassador, I get mine a smidge early. So if you haven't got yours yet, don't worry. The post office isn't that good because they shipped everybody else's out yesterday. So you should be seeing that shortly. But yeah, this one's going to look fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Radiance. I was very, very tempted to go ahead and buy it. But then I said to myself, Sean, you have too many projects as it is. Do you really need another one to fall behind on? So I'm just going to live vicariously through everybody else with the Radiance, but that one's going to look so fun. So
Yeah, I'm very excited. My first puzzle mystery quilt was So Sweet.
me
It
too.
was called So Sweet. And I did the Allison Glass colorway for that one, and it came
Mhm.
out awesome.
Yeah, that one looked fun. My so sweet. Actually, don't ask me why it's sitting over here with ice because I was with Cotton Cuts yesterday, and I didn't have to. This is my so sweet one. That was Bernays. So, all right, enough chatting. I do need to get something done. Otherwise, you'll just be sitting here listening to me jabberjaw. Well, so Shannon is here in the house with us. Good morning,
Thanks,
Shannon.
Shannon.
Nancy says she has petting zoo. Good morning, Sean from Moldy Lasagna. Good morning, Kerry Living Good. And I hope I got everybody. All right, excellent. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Are you doing the small or the large? I
I
forget.
am doing the small.
Oh, me too. Okay.
As the lavender for Village Green I did for the large, and that's a lot of extra work pushing it around, and it barely fit onto my long arm. So I'm like, smalls are what I need to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing the large for the first time. I've always done smalls in the past, and Cotton Cuts, as an ambassador, they send me the kit free of charge, which is awesome. And I've always done smalls in the past, and this time they decided they wanted to assign me a large. So it's gonna be a fun challenge.
Oh,
I've never done the large before, so I'm really looking forward to doing the large. And I think a lot of people, including myself, were expecting me to do a small and follow along. So, but if you are doing the Purple Mist and you want to see someone doing the small, my friend Donnell from Donnell Stitchery will be doing lives and showing how she sews it up and that sort of thing there. So I'm happy to answer questions if you have them about the Purple Mist or pretty much any of them. But I am doing the large. I do get the small instructions as well, so I can help wherever I can. But if you want to see a completed small clue from me, unfortunately, I can't provide that for you. But as I said, Donnell will be able to, she'll be a great resource for that. She's not an ambassador, but she's doing the small, and it'll be a great way to support her channel as well if you need help with the small.
yeah, the large only takes an extra like 10 or 15 minutes
Yeah.
because I did all of the large clues in a single day at Stephanie's retreat.
Oh, so you did the lot. Okay, because I know you did them. I knew you did them all in one day, but I didn't realize it was so large. Okay,
Yeah.
that's really neat to know. Yeah, I mean they usually take, um, like you said, 45 minutes to an hour. Like,
Yeah. So the large, I think, took like an hour to an hour and 15 for a clue.
okay, well that's good.
And so yeah, the first day at the retreat, I did all of clues 1 through 9, and then the second day was clue 10, and clue 10 took me almost all day.
Yeah, 10 takes a while because you're putting it all together, and then you really have to sit down and make sure you have the right clue because like 7A and 7, some say,
Yep.
and you want to make sure you don't have them turned around. And then this is your final chance to go through each of the clues and make sure you haven't turned part of those around. Because with my Benet, for instance, there's parts on this that where there's certain blocks that are turned around. I can't remember where they are now. It's been, 15 months. And
And
it's
if
really,
you can't remember where they are, nobody's going to know what they are,
so
except
I was
maybe
like,
Walter.
I discovered it, yeah. And I don't let Walter inspect my quilts. So Walter is Stephen's husband. If anyone doesn't know who Walter is, and he'd make an excellent quilt show judge. But yeah, he always tells Stephen what's wrong with his quilts. But as I said, I was putting it all together, and it was like all together, and then I was like, oh, that thing's turned. This little section's turned around, and I'm like, well, I'd take me an hour to pull it apart. And the only person that's ever going to notice is the quilt designer, Sheila, if she happens to look at it. And, it makes it mine. So I just like, oops,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. I'm leaving it as it is. So,
So Dragonflies for Donna has a question about the PMQ and the color wheel.
okay. So there is a thing behind that. And I can show that here. Usually, let me just make sure I'm telling you. No, maybe. I always thought they started at the top, but for this here, like if you look at, sorry, with the light, you've got down this bottom is your fabric A, and then, oops, hang on, I'll go the right way. And then the red one's B, the dark red C, and then the light blue is D. My finger's going the wrong way. The dark blue is E and F. So it goes around in the circle. Now, that's one thing I've told people in the past is when you look at your instructions, sometimes F, which always shows us the darkest fabric, is not always your darkest fabric. Because if you look at mine, for instance, my F is not as dark as E. So you really have to sit there and pay attention and follow. Do not lose this thing when you're making these. The nice thing with Tree of Life, the new one's coming out, they've given you a digital swatch card. So if you happen to misplace this or the dog eats it, I have Finley, that sort of thing there, you can actually sign into your Cotton Cuts account, go to your order, and they have what they call a digital swatch card. And you can print it out and it looks exactly the same, because I actually have one, the Tree of Life. I actually just printed this out because when they shipped my clue to me, ahead of time, these weren't ready yet. So they just said, go ahead and print it out. So you can actually print it out. So if you happen to lose it for Tree of Life, you are set. You can just go on, print it out. As long as you got a color printer, you are all set to go. And if you don't, there's always like FedEx, Kinko's, or whatever they call themselves, the UPS store, for a little bit of money, or what, Office Depot, I think they call it. Everyone's merging these days. I can't keep track of what.
It's all crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that the wheel was in the order of A, B, C, D, E, F.
Yeah, I think Kim said that I think it might have been on one of Katie's lives or interviews. I can't remember. I remember someone said it somewhere that it actually is in the order. See, if you go and look, actually, this will be a good way to show you.
I wonder if that means that A is always the background.
I don't know. But this one here, again, if you look at the bottom, like at 7 o'clock thing, that's fabric A.
Yeah.
You work in a clockwise direct. I can never get that word out. Clockwise direction. So that's how you know your
And I
patterns.
do know that the color that's at the very bottom of the wheel is the binding color.
Yes. Yeah. So there you go. That's your little tips and tricks for what's it called? Yeah, the colorway and that sort of thing there. Okay, so we will get We will get started, I promise. I keep getting distracted. Okay. So yeah, Martha says it's great to be able to have access to a digital swatch card. Yeah, I think that is a fantastic feature because
Yeah.
things go missing, and what in the dickens is going on here? My needle is misbehaving. I am down unthread.
Did you unthread your machine again?
No, the needle is misbehaving. It's hitting the foot. Oh, that's why it's bent. Okay. That explains a lot. You can see it's,
Oh,
yeah, I jammed it when that's okay. We have plenty of needles.
they're cheap.
I know, yeah, I
We
bought like,
need to be changing our needles more than we do anyway.
yeah, I mean, I found these on Amazon. It was like 25, and I think I paid like $11 or something silly like that for it.
Oh, wow.
So I did buy some cheap off-brand needles once, and those were the worst things I ever did. That was such a waste of money. Um, they were, oh, I was ready to murder somebody. Just with how much stress it is. So yeah, buy a good brand name needle is my advice to you. But yeah, you can buy them usually fairly cheap if you look around a little bit. All right, so yeah, as I say, if you're looking for perfection, you are in the wrong place. We just keep it real here. I'm the guy who sews. I don't know if I've ever bent a needle like that before. I've broken them by hitting the foot because I had it on zigzag stitch and forgot to change it. All right, let's see. Okay. And I'll find where I've got my needle disposal thing in a minute. I found an old medicine bottle that we weren't using any, like that was empty, and I just punched a hole in the top of it. And when I changed my needles out, I just throw them in there.
I
Um,
have a old needle container
oh, nice.
that I will, and I put an X on it so that I know that they're the bad ones.
Yeah,
And that way, as that one gets full, the other one should be getting empty.
right. Yeah. See, I was doing that for a while, and then I was like, I'm gonna mess this up, and that's why I figured the medicine bottle, would work. Plus,
Yeah,
if Finley got into it, she'd have to chew the lid off at first, which doesn't take very long, but I'd be able to find out. I'd hear her chewing on it before she did any real damage to herself. So, but it's great that we'll have these little tips and tricks and hacks. You do what works for you.
exactly.
Okay. Good morning, Joyce. It is good to see you. Good morning, Fallon. I don't know if I said good mornings to Fallon already, but she is here. And my quilter slide lock arrived the other day. I won it in the 30,000 subscriber giveaway. I got
Oh,
the 14-inch. I love my 24-inch one, but the little one's been really nice to have as well. So, all right. So how do I dispose of it when it's full? I mean, I plan on just putting mine in the trash because it's in a medicine bottle and I figure it's fairly safe.
yeah, it's safe enough for the
But yeah,
the folks that are working in the
exactly. And that was
sanitation
one thing too.
department.
I didn't want to just throw mine into a trash, into my little scrap bin or trash bag because I don't want someone getting stuck with them. I mean, it's not a biological hazard, but you still might get stuck with a needle. So
Yeah,
at doctor's offices and that sort of thing, there you see like the needle, this sharp disposal thing, and I was like, oh, this medicine bottle will do the same basic job for me. So
yeah. It's just the doctor's office has biohazard with their sharps. So
exactly, yeah. So yeah, if you have an old medicine bottle, like a prescription bottle laying around, yeah, just poke a hole in it. I think I used like what I used to poke. I think I might have. I don't know. I forget what I poked a hole in it with. It was nothing fancy. And because they're a needle, you don't need a very big hole.
yeah,
Might have used a skewer, or I don't remember now. So okay, Charlotte says she's working on When Stars Collide. That sounds fun. Yeah, let us know what you're currently working on. What is your like? I don't know. Not to sound like you're working on while you're watching us, but what is your current focus project? Because I know some of us, including myself, have several works in progress. But yeah, let us know what you're working on, and yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Oh, so yeah, others are talking about the legit kits. Have you ever made a legit kit, Russ?
I have not. I was pondering, um, or I am pondering Drum the Cat,
Oh, okay.
the newer cat one that they did, because it looks a lot like Jessie.
Oh, that's fun.
But I can't justify having a 60 by 80 quilt, and I don't want to sit there and do the math to resize it.
Oh, okay.
Because if they had the digital pattern still, I know that I can print out on my printer the appropriate size that I need. I can just scale it down.
Yeah,
But, still even trying to do the math to scale that down. But I don't want to sit there and have to scan a whole pattern in order to sit there and resize it and then print it. That just sounds like a
right.
lot more work than I want to do.
Yeah, yeah. No, I have a pattern. It's Toasty the Dragon, and I just bought the pattern actually like 12 months ago, and because I want to make it a different color, like they have it in
Yeah.
red, and I'm thinking, maybe after about 6 months, I figured I want to do purple, but I still have to go to the fabric store and buy the fabric. So one day, it may be 2027, because other things just keep getting, I'm like, I want to do this shiny thing. I want to do this shiny thing. And there's just not enough hours in the day. But yeah, one day I will do that there. But um, if you need help with legit kits, there's a lot of wonderful people out there that can help you with that. Our friend Shannon, who was here earlier, is a certified legit kit instructor. So she is a wonderful resource. Donna from Handmade by Ging is another wonderful resource. She's made a ton of these things and does a really good job at teaching folks as well. So you can check out both channels. And then I think Martha's making one, Donnell's making one. Donnell's making her lion. A lot of them are making the lion.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen the lion out a lot.
I think that I think it was a challenge that Donna put out to like Becca and Martha and anybody else that was wanting to join in the fun as well. And I think Donnell was doing hers in the Detroit Lions like blues and that sort of thing there. So um yeah, I don't know. My heart is for traditional piecing, but I would like to attempt a dragon at some point in my life. So there we go. Pat Strawhouse says, I'm starting a twin disappearing hourglass quilt for our local hospice today. All right, that
Oh,
sounds.
fun.
Um, okay, this week, Joyce's doing the PMQ sample, legit sample, Stronger Together, squaring up two quilts. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, the Stronger Together is something that Katie's doing over at Greenland Quilter as well. She can explain that a whole lot better than I can. So if you haven't seen that, check out her live at 9 and
Or
then 4 o'clock. Yeah, I think she has two lives today, and she'll be able to explain that as well. So, okay, so Fallon has ish. She's apparently injured her ankle, but it's starting to get a little better. Okay, that's good. Good morning, Debbie from In Quilt Fact. I think we have you. I should have you in the Nightbot. Let's see. We'll find out in a minute. So we've got Deb from So with Debbie, who I haven't seen yet, and then Debbie from In Quilt Fact. I'm glad they have different names because that was going to be interesting. Okay, so we've made two half square triangles blocks, and then the one with the little piece on the end. So I've finished step two. How about that? I brought along three projects in case I got them all finished. It's now 8:30, and yeah, I've done exactly that much. Go me. All right. So what have you been up to recently on your channel? I get over there as often as I can, but I know you always get up to a lot of fun. I know you do a lot of fun projects with Stephen and Stephanie and Shannon.
yeah, the latest project has been here's one of the blocks. The Matters of the Heart Sew Along from Fort Worth Fabric Studio.
Oh, that's fun.
I bought the kit, it came in. I did a miscut. I worked this week to see if I can recover from the miscut because you can't cut fabric longer.
Right.
And I think I succeeded in fixing my mistake. I don't know how. I have no idea how it came into play, but it looks like I managed to fix that.
Oh, that's excellent.
So that's what I've been working on quilty wise for my projects lately. No, not this Thursday or Wednesday, next Wednesday on Singles Awareness Day, we have the social review, I think is what we called it. It's basically like a panel show that is alternating on channels. It's going to be on Stephanie's channel next, where we just sit around. It's almost like what we do on your lives, except no sewing because there's no time for sewing with all the craziness that we're talking about in there. I
Yeah, those
think
are a lot of fun to watch.
I think the next episode we're bringing quilts that mean something to us.
Oh, nice. That is excellent. Yeah, I saw that you guys started that, what, a month or two ago?
It
Or that,
was a month ago
okay.
because
So
at
everything was fresh.
Stephanie's retreat, we just all meshed well together when we did our lives. And Steven said, let's make this regular.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. Like I've pondered doing something similar myself, but I just don't have the time for it, you know. So I think it's fun that you guys, you know, the four of you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Five, Walter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so four or five. Whether yeah, I think that's great that you guys are doing that. It was very entertaining watching the last one, and you guys just gel so well together. It's going to be a fun, happy time each and every time. So if you haven't seen that, go watch last month's. It was over on Steven's channel, right?
Yeah, the first one was over on Steven's channel. The second one is going to be on Stephanie's channel. And
Okay.
I forget who got number 3.
Well, we'll find out. You know, we'll forget in 3 weeks anyway. So
Exactly.
if someone reminds us a week before, we'll be good. So that's a lot of fun. Good morning to Leanna from Pastry Queen. She said she just had to duck in real quick, but she has errands to run. She has a wonderful channel if you haven't seen her yet. And I put it under pastry rather than Leanna because I know how to spell Leanna, but not everybody's going to because there's different ways of doing it. And she'll
Yeah.
be joining me in 2 weeks. Because next week I'll have Kathy from our hobby home to launch the what's it called? Tree of Life, what we've just been talking about. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, so she'll be joining me next week, and then Leanna will join me in 2 weeks, and we'll be just doing some works in progress. It's E, right? Yes. Okay. I really don't want to have to bring up my very, very bestest friend. So I'm just trying to make sure I do this right. And hopefully, like my current plan, and things could change because I might get excited and do it ahead of time, but I'm planning on making this.
Waiting for the white balance to work. I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. Come on, behave. Okay, so if you can't see it, hopefully it's there. It's a excavator.
Oh,
Yeah,
excavator.
yeah, so I was talking last week, you know, I was going to make a trash truck quilt for my
Yep.
nephew. It was going to be 12 blocks. And then I was thinking about, it's like, you know, by the time I finish this thing and ship it to Australia, the poor kid's probably not going to like trash trucks anymore. And he's going to like bulldozers and excavators and heavy machinery like every little boy does.
Well, if it's like any person, he's going to be into girls by then because he'll be like 17.
Okay, so you didn't have to let that out, but you know, you're probably closer to the truth than my fantasy. So yeah. Anyway, well, he can give it to his. Yeah, if it happens like that, he can just save and give it to his kid. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's actually questions here from, well, Charlotte's saying here, thanks to Russ, I've been using the triangulations program for half square triangles, such a great way to make them come out accurate.
Yeah,
Russ,
triangulations is
order of that.
awesome.
That's online, right? You just go on and buy a subscription to the program.
It's not even a subscription. It's a some local quilt shops have it as a CD in their local shop.
What's a
And
CD?
then you could also go online and buy it from the manufacturer as a download.
A CD, is that
It's
one of those things those people used back in like the old days?
CD, yes, back in the 90s.
I remember when those things first came out. I guess the download might be easier for a lot of folks
Yeah,
because
it's like a 30 meg download. It's pretty small. It comes with like 5 or 6 PDF files, and you
yeah,
just print out the pages that you want.
yeah, because I was just sitting there thinking like, I know my current laptop doesn't have a CD drive. My last one, I guess it did. Yeah. I mean, like I think if you can find one with a CD or DVD drive these days, you're doing well. So yeah, I think that
Yeah,
download.
all of my new machines, none of them have a CD drive, and I like to rip my own music because I don't like to have to pay for services that will decide if I can watch or listen to something or not.
Right.
So I have ripped and um set up all of my music and DVDs and Blu-rays onto my home network to let me, watch and listen to them anywhere that I want.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you can get a I'm gonna sort of link to triangulations in because I know someone else is going to ask about this. Um, it'll just be easier if is it a Bearport Productions? Does that sound right,
That
Russ?
is that is the correct one.
Okay, beautiful.
On my live about a month ago, I have a link to a sample page that will let you try it to see if it's something that you like, to see if it's something that you could follow before you make the purchase.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird size because they don't want people using the sample page to make a real project because it's like something 16ths of an inch, like a 2 and 3/16 of an inch size or something. But it lets you do the sewing and lets you do the trimming. And if you just do a project that requires nothing but half square triangles, you don't have to worry about what size they are.
Oh, nice.
So
I'd heard
somebody
you
said they
talk about
made
it.
a pillow out of it.
Oh, nice. I might have to try that just because you've talked about it so much. And I was like, I don't know that I want to, I can do half square triangles just fine without it. And I was like, I don't know, I want to sit there and plunk out however much it is. But yet there's like a little trial version. Yeah, I might give it a go and just see what I think of it. So that sounds really, really good.
Yeah,
Jan's,
the part that I hate about half square triangles is, even if you are as accurate as you try to be, they still come out not the size that you are expecting. So you still usually have to trim them down or do something with them. And with triangulations, you don't even have to have an accurate size that you start with because you cut them afterwards
okay,
into the
yeah,
right size that you need.
yeah, I'm definitely interested now that I know there's a trial version, like a free version.
Yeah.
One of these,
And it's better to print on newsprint, but you can use any paper that you want to print on.
okay,
Just the cheaper the paper, the better is what I like to tell people because uh, if you print
sounds good.
on like this is office paper and it's okay. I use a little bit stiffer paper for my normal printing at home because when I print a pattern that I want to last, I want it to last. And then for triangulations, I bought some newsprint that will let me uh, just that tears very easily.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, that'll be something I'll do at some point as well. Good morning, Andrea. I did want to tell you that I turned the closed captions on in YouTube today rather than Zoom. That way people had the choice of being able to turn it on or off. So you may have already figured that out, but if you haven't, you should be able to turn that on and work that out because I know you've been helping me remember to turn the closed captions on. So let me know how that works out for you. I know others have said they've been able to turn it on just fine, so hopefully it works out for you too. Jan says I should do a mixture of trash trucks and the other machinery, and that's exactly what I planned on doing. I asked that question on my podcast last week, which ones I should add, and I'm going to do the excavator, and then I think I haven't bought the patterns yet. And the nice thing about these patterns is you can buy individual vehicles on
Uh-huh.
their Etsy store, and they're like $3.40 each.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not, and I really like how she's done it. I think her name is Andrea. She's from somewhere in Germany, I believe. It's all in English though, so don't worry if you don't speak Deutsch.
And it's all traditional piecing.
It's all traditional pieces. It's all stitch and flip. It's very similar fashion to like the Elizabeth Hartman and the Art East that you see me do all the time. I've had a few viewers get the trash truck blocks, and I think they've been successful. No one's come asking for help or complaining about it. So I'm assuming they did it right. But the nice thing I love about these patents is you can buy like a collection that has like all 25 construction vehicles or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
But if you don't want to, like if you only want 3 or 4, like I do, I can piecemeal it and do it. I guess what is it? A la carte is what they sometimes refer
A
to.
la carte, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's
Stephen
really
was talking about that yesterday with embroidery design. Some of them, if it comes into a giant pack, you can get some a la carte.
Yeah, and I think it's really neat because that way you just buy what you want and you're not spending a fortune. I mean, $3.40 US for a block, like
Yeah.
I think it's very, very reasonable. I've paid a lot more for, stuff that I don't think is as good a value for that. So I'm really, really happy. Okay, so I've done this much. I have made some progress, I promise.
Oh, you've gotten a little bit further. Well, I've sewn all of my half square triangles together, and I'm a little bit slower because I don't have my earbud in. So when the machine is going at full speed, I can't hear you talk.
Ah, okay.
So something I'm learning for next time.
Yeah, you always learn something here. And on a live, if you've never done one, there's a lot of moving pieces because you're trying to watch the chat, you're chatting, you're trying to sew, and especially with okay, goodbye, Joyce. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for a little while. Good morning, Lori. She said she is from Forest, Virginia, and I have no idea where that is, what part of Virginia. So I'm going to go look it up because he might be very close to me. Who knows? Um, Oh, on the other side of Lynchburg. Okay, so you're about 3 hours west of me. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Virginia is a huge state.
Yeah, yeah, if you go from the east to the west, or like even from like where I am to like like up north to where like West Virginia, Maryland, like Donna is, like,
It's the worst part in any drive that I take to Massachusetts.
oh yeah, well you're only doing that straight up and down. That's like not that bad. It's only like 3 or 4 hours. Like when we went to Pittsburgh, we had to go like all the way up to Northern Virginia past Front Royal and that sort of thing. Now I think we were on for like it was a 8 hour drive to Pittsburgh, and I think like 4.5, 5 hours were in Virginia. Like, yeah, we breezed through West Virginia in about an hour. Maryland was about the same, and then we were in Pittsburgh for the last hour or two. Yeah, so yeah, it's a big state. If you go due north, it's not too bad. I can usually be out in Maryland in about 3 hours, but um past that, yeah, it's a big state. And if you go along the bottom, um yeah, like out to Bristol, I think it is. Like you could be in Virginia for 7 or 8 if you're not careful.
Yeah, the first couple trips I did to Massachusetts, I cut across North Carolina, which is forever, and then
Mhm.
up Virginia, which is the not as forever. But the better route that I have found is going up 77 to 84.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're not as long in North Carolina, but you're in Virginia for like 7 days.
Yeah.
And that was the one that terrified me coming home because while I was in Virginia, there was a sign that said fog warning. And I'm like, it's all clear. Everything looks fine. I don't know what the problem is. And then all of a sudden, I can't see the vehicle in front of me or the side rails to the side of me because
Mhm.
the fog is so dense.
Were you up in the mountains?
Yeah, I was coming down the mountain and I
Yeah,
didn't realize that's what I was doing, and I didn't realize that it was so high.
yeah,
And I was white knuckling it for about 10 minutes coming down the mountain because I could not see anything.
yeah. That's not the place you want to get the fog. I've seen them. I'm down in the by the coast. There's no mountains within 100 miles of me. But yeah, I've been up in the mountains when it's been foggy, and it's not a fun place. I mean, it's bad enough down here, but at least it's at ground level. So but yeah, we get some pretty good fog here. So yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so we have made progress. This is, oh, we'll turn it this way.
I'm almost
Turn it
there.
this way. Yeah, who knows? This is just the block. This is how the block shows up. But in the final quilt, it could be this way or this way.
Yeah.
Still have more to go. So um we've got that. Okay. Jan says she's off to bed up early tomorrow, heading to the beach for the day. Yeah, when it's 35, 40 degrees Celsius where you are, I'd be going to the beach too. So that for anyone in the Fahrenheit world is 35 is about 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 is going to be
Oh,
about 105 to 108, if I remember. So let's see. I know I'm missing stuff in the chat, and I apologize. Good morning, Kim, and good morning, Sally. It's good to see you. And thank you all for the birthday wishes. I'm seeing them, but I'm also trying to concentrate and actually get something for you to see. So there you go. Joy says she's in North Carolina, traveled that mountain route up to New Jersey and a stop in Virginia and thought I was going to die. Yeah, Virginia's a big, like, compared to Texas and California and that sort of thing there, it's small, but yeah, like the travels through it, it takes a lot longer than you first think. So, and then when we went up to New York, like, what was it, Hudson, New York, a couple of years ago for the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. I think we traveled through 6 states, and I think, yeah, Virginia would have been the longest one. I think Jersey would have been number two. Like, you're in Delaware for like 20 minutes. Like, if you're taking a nap
yeah.
and you're in Delaware, you better set an alarm because otherwise you're gonna miss that one. And you think the same thing with Connecticut, but then you're sitting in traffic so long in Connecticut, wherever you go, you got plenty of time to experience that state.
Yeah, Connecticut is a special state. I've learned anytime that I've traveled up to Massachusetts that Connecticut is like, okay, it's weird because of the shape and where the roads are. There's no good interstates to cut through, so you're cutting through a lot of side roads sometimes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
by side roads, it's still almost highway, but it's not real highway.
yeah. I've only been there once, so oh, really, Leanne? She says Hudson is by her. Okay, that is good to know. Yeah, we went up to, yeah, we stayed in Hudson and went to Rhinebeck, which is like 30 minutes south, which is where the big Sheep and Wool Festival. Basically, the New York Sheep and Wool Festival is for knitters what QuiltCon is for us. This thing is
Oh,
huge. Like everybody that knits goes to, it's like one of their things they want to go to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. It was very interesting. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to go see, but it was interesting too. Like here, like if you go to QuiltCon or the Mid Atlantic Quilt Festival or whatever the one that's down in Houston in November's called, the big one, Road to California, those sort of things there. It's a lot of quilts and a lot of vendors. Whereas at these knitting shows, Maryland Sheep and Wool is another big one that's nearby, which is just out like 45 minutes west of Baltimore. It's pretty much 95% vendors. You go there to shop.
oh,
I did see some, knitting stuff on display. They had like a little, like, a knitting show, kind of like a quilt show, but it was like one section, like maybe 200 square feet. But so it's very interesting how different the shows are. Okay, Katie's asking what days and times does Russ have his live? He has his lives at 11 a.m. Eastern on Saturday morning, and then
yes.
occasionally he might do something else, but that is your tried and true time.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going to be shifting next week because all of us are going to be at Stevens 10,000 Bash.
oh, nice.
I haven't figured out where I'm shifting to yet, but I know I'm shifting next week.
Yeah, and then in what 3 weeks? Is it
Is
3 weeks from
QuiltCon.
now? Everybody will be gone because we'll all be at QuiltCon. So. Okay, do I go every year? No. I've only ever been the once. Amanda's been 4 times, I think now, 3 or 4 times. Nothing's set in stone yet, but we may make an appearance this year. So if we do, Leanna, I will definitely reach out to you as well. Because if you're nearby, I'll definitely swing by and have a coffee with you or something like that. That'd be a lot of fun. Okay, so Kathy says she's been to Rhinebeck, New York retreat at the Mega Institute, beautiful Hudson River Valley. Oh, it's beautiful, especially they do it in the fall too. So like all the leaves are pretty, and
Oh,
it was beautiful. It was mid-October, like mid-October is usually when they have it. So it's it was a lot of fun. Like as a non-knitter or a non-crocheter, I mean, I just enjoyed walking around and seeing all the pretty colors.
Yeah, I
Um,
tell people October in New England is my favorite color.
and that's something everybody needs to do at least once in their life. You see it in the movies, all these like, yeah, especially if you watch Hallmark movies, you'll see all that sort of stuff, like the Gilmore Girls stuff, you see all that, and it just looks so beautiful. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, this is Hollywood, that it doesn't really look like that because here in, where I am, you might get some pretty colors for about a week and then a windstorm comes by and blows it all away.
Yeah.
But it looks just as it looks even better in person up there than it does in the movies and the TV. So if you ever get a chance to go to New England during the fall foliage, do it. Absolutely do it at least once in your life if you have the ability to do so. It's well worth
Just be respectful. The New Englanders hate you guys when you just are crazy and like mess up traffic.
No, well, see, that's what I did when I walked around the fairgrounds because like there's
Yeah,
all beautiful trees and I could just stop in the middle, take
yeah.
photos and
No,
video.
there's major traffic problems when people are like, "Oh, let's go to New England," and you see all the rental cars, so you know that it's people who aren't around, and they're like, "Yeah, we've seen this. Go away."
Oh, so it's like the tourists that come down to our area that when they go
Yeah,
to the tunnels, they get scared when they go into it, like it's going to eat them or something. So they all stop and they'll slow down to like 12 miles an hour. I'm like, just go through it. If you're scared of the tunnel, hit the accelerator so you can get through it quicker. Like,
exactly.
so there you go. Yeah, predictive spelling. All right. So Charlotte says she's looking forward to Steve's 10K bash. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you're definitely if you want to be part of that, go over and check that out next week. I haven't seen the details on that
He's
yet.
been sharing details like crazy. I don't know how you haven't seen anything.
Well,
Registration opened on Thursday.
oh, okay. I'll have to go check that. I don't know what I'm doing next. It's next weekend, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, with the boys, we have, they have all their social activities, and I usually find out 20 minutes before it happens. So I never know what I'm doing from week to week. So it's always fun. Okay, so Dragonfly from Donna says Maryland and West Virginia both have old trains that pull you through the mountains to see the fall foliage in year end. Yeah, I think I've seen some of those, and we'll have to go do that someday. That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, New England was it was absolutely stunning up there. So as I said, I know it's a hike, it can be expensive, although you can get some cheap Airbnbs. We found a nice Airbnb up there. It was on like this little farm. They had like honeybees, and you could walk around and just see, and it wasn't that expensive. I don't remember how much it was, but if I paid it, it wasn't very much. So
Yeah.
yeah, we sometimes get some nice colors here, but it really depends. Like it's not uncommon for the trees to change color, and then all of a sudden a hurricane comes flying up the coast and brushes by us, and then it knocks all the leaves off. So sometimes our fall foliage ends up being about 3 days. It just all depends on the year and what the Atlantic Ocean decides to do for us.
And we barely get anything related to foliage here because of all the pine trees.
Oh, okay.
We have a couple sugar maples in the neighborhood, which are gorgeous in October, but that's it.
Yeah. I was going to say something, and now I can't remember. Yeah, Sean Taxi. That's something that was funny too. I was telling my boss at work the other day, I have a new appreciation now that we had the two boys, of mom taxis. Because in years past, we've had the one child and they've attended the local high school, which is about 100 yards from here. So if they wanted to go to a football game or they have an after school activity at the school, it's just like, take your keys with you, come home when you're done.
Yeah.
But now we had the two boys, one goes to the private school where my wife teaches, the other one goes to the public school here. And so the one that goes to the private school, it's like 15-minute drive from here. So, we take him to the different things. And then Simon, the one that goes to the public school, he has tennis lessons that are about 20 minutes away. So sometimes trying to coordinate people's schedules is a lot of fun. it's good that we have Amanda and I can, like I can take Simon and Amanda can take Lorenzo.
Yeah.
But if one of us is sick, like it was a few weeks ago, yeah, trying to court everything was at the same time and 25 minutes apart. So that was kind of the logistical thing. Because I think I went to, what was it? I picked up Lorenzo from his school, then took Simon to tennis, then got Lorenzo his dinner, Amanda her dinner, went and dropped Lorenzo back off at school, went and got Simon his dinner, and then came home.
Oh,
So I had like 7 stops.
and everybody had to have different dinners at different times.
Well, Amanda was, yeah, she was sick. So when she's sick, I usually
Oh,
make chicken noodle soup from Chick-fil-A, and then got Lorenzo dinner there as well. But Simon really wanted, he is fascinated by Hardee's or Carl's Jr. if it's out in the western part of the state. So as a treat, sometimes I'll go get him that because he really, really, really likes that. So yeah, yeah, it's fun. You make it work. But yeah, I really do have appreciation for the moms and dads that drive their kids around to everything because yeah, it can be a lot, especially when your kids are active. And we want the kids to do as much as they physically can in the 10 months that they're here.
yeah.
We encourage them to do that. But yeah, it's a lot easier when all the events are at the local high school. Like Simon's off doing something today, with like a mock. I forget what they call it. Like I call it mock trial. It's like a courtroom thing, like a virtual, like a mock. But it's at the school, so like at 7:45, he just walked over to the school and it's getting we don't have to worry about it too much. All right, so I think I'm just almost done with this here. So
Yeah, I'm almost done with, if I can figure out how this goes.
7A, right?
Yes. And it's both of them, so.
Oh, nice.
But I have all the half square triangles ready for B.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I was telling Russ beforehand, this clue 7 for the small, and it could be different for the large because I haven't looked at that. Has 2 sections, a section 7A and 7B. And then normally they tell you to make 2 of each or 4 of each. And so what I've always done ever since I've become an ambassador, it's worked out beautifully for me, is I make half of the, like if there's 2 sections, I make 1 on my live and then I make 1 on my time lapse. So that way you can kind of see it 2 different ways. But this time they want us to make 2 of section 7A and then 1 of 7B. So I am not making 7B today. You'll get to see that probably in a week or 2 when I do the time lapse as well, because it's only 1, I can't, if I make it today, it won't be on the time lapse, and I want it to be on the time lapse. So there you go. All right. Is that how
They've been doing a few of those recently.
the time lapses? Yeah. I mean,
No, they not even number of pieces.
yes, Clue 5 was like that too. And doing half the clue on a live works out as well because I get distracted so easily. And if I tried to do the whole clue on an hour and a half, I'd never finish it. Yeah, anyway. Okay, Janine's asking, is he in debate club or team? It's not debate, it's like a trial. It's like a courtroom trial thing that it might be debate. I don't remember. I forget what he called it, but it may be a debate club where they have like lawyers and witnesses and all that stuff. I've never heard of it before.
I know the city, it's now a city, where my family lives, their school system for like the 7th year in a row has made it to state for the We the People program.
Oh, okay.
Not quite certain what that is, but it's 7 years in a row is pretty impressive.
Not very much though. Yeah, especially like in any city or any district, as like
Yeah.
there's always a lot of schools that go into that sort of thing.
So I have my 7A.
Oh, beautiful. I'm about to finish my 7A, so you just got ahead of me.
Just barely.
It is not a race. You are not being kind to me. Yeah, again, if you're looking for perfection, you have not come to the right place. Okay, let's see. Martha says, when do I have time to sew? I usually when no one else is here. Sometimes I get more time than others. Yeah, it's really a struggle. But the nice thing is, like, I love to sew, I love to quilt, so I will make time for it, even if it's like 15, 20 minute at a time. But yeah, I tend to get a lot done in the mornings, like on a weekend, before people get up. Because once everybody's up, we're usually out and about and doing that sort of thing there as well. Good morning, Chloe. It is good to see you as well. Jeannie's asking, is it a mock trial? Yes, I believe it is, because she's talked about the lawyers and the witnesses and all that sort of stuff there. And I think it's like a competition because he's gone to a neighboring city to whatever this is. So it's not just our city. It's I guess it's like a regional thing. He doesn't give us many details. He's like he's very introverted like myself. So you get me talking about quilting, I'll talk for hours. So yeah, we don't get a lot of details. We'll try and get more details out of him tonight and see what happens, but I make no promises. All right, so Melissa wants to be a cotton cuts ambassador when she grows up. If you put your mind to it, you never know. I never thought I would be one. That was kind of like something I looked up to Ian and Becca and Fallon and that sort of thing there that were doing. I was like, that'd be wonderful, but they're never going to pick me. And yeah, if I can do it, I think anyone can. So yeah, just keep at it and see what happens. They usually like the requirements may have changed, but I heard at one point they do like to have you to have about 1,500 plus subscribers or followers, depending what, because they do people that do YouTube and some that do more Instagram and that sort of thing there as well. So yeah, don't ever give up on that dream. All right, goodbye, Linda. It was good hanging out with you for a little while. Did I miss anything else here as well? Maple season brings back memories for me growing up in upstate New York. That was for Charlotte. Jim says, I hope I had an awesome birthday. I did. It was very, very low key, but that's how I liked it. I got to work from home. I had ice cream cake for dessert, and I did not do anything fancy for dinner. We actually just had leftovers because I was too lazy to go out and get anything. So, because Simon didn't get back from his practice until like 7:30 last night. So I was like, I'm not going out now. I think I made a sandwich, to be honest. Okay, let's see. I think I've done this all correctly. E, C, A, E, C. Yeah. Okay. So that is section 7A all done. So I have done.
Oh, I love that.
I do. This has been such a fun project. Red, white, and blue. These are just wonderful fabrics. I've had so much fun with this. So I will do section 7B at a later time. I'll do it as part of my time lapse. So keep an eye out for that. I'll probably do that in the next week or two. I've got to release Clue 6 first. I've recorded it. I just need to finish editing it and throwing that up. So hopefully you'll get to see that next week. But since we have a few more minutes, I figure we'll go ahead and get started. We'll continue on my, what's it called? My accent block, which is also by Cotton Cuts. Where did it go? I've been sitting here the whole time.
You had it in your hand earlier.
I know, that's the thing. Did I
Did
sit
it
it
get
on?
put under beignet?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Okay. So this is what I've been making. This is the accent block for March. So it's kind of like a clover leaf. And then there's a little diamonds underneath. I have 2 rows left to go. So who knows? We may actually finish 2 things today. That'd be amazing. So how about that? Okay. All right, let's see. Did I miss any? If I missed a question, go ahead and ask again. Okay. Good morning, Sheila. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. She is my friend from Yorktown, Virginia, if I remember correctly. Good morning, Deb. It's good to see you. She's so with Debbie. I'll put her link in as well. Okay, Martha, thank you so much for helping out this morning. I appreciate it. Always good to have my mods. And I just want to say a special thank you to my channel members as well. Their support is always greatly appreciated. You'll see those folks are the ones in green. Okay. Oh, good morning, Diana. She says, good morning from Bermuda. I don't know that I've ever had anybody from Bermuda before join the live. So thank you so much for hanging out. It's always good to see folks from other countries. It's always fun to see like my friends from Australia. I have people watching from New Zealand on occasion, although those folks usually watch the replay because when I start my live at 8 a.m. right now, it would be 2 a.m. Sunday morning for
Ooh,
them.
and that's when people are just getting back from the clubs.
Right. Yeah. If you're yeah, if you're getting back from the clubs and you want to hang out with us, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. Um, just watch what you type because drunk typing is a thing apparently. I've never actually done it, but um, all right. Good morning, Laura. She says good morning from Arizona. It's nice and early where you are. It's what, 7 a.m. I believe.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty good with time zones. So here we go. I know we have yeah, we've had Nadine from France hang out this morning, Ange from the UK. Jan from Australia, Bermuda. So we've got 5 countries so far on Canada, so 6 that I know about. So that's pretty cool. That we have 6.
Global sensation you are.
Sorry,
You're a global sensation.
I guess so. I mean, whoever thought that would happen? Like, I really did. I was telling, I think Kim yesterday on my live with her, that I was surprised that I would ever get 50 or 100 subscribers. So, to have this many, we got 90 people watching right now. So, that's just amazing to me. Like, and I just love hanging out with everybody. It's been such a fun journey. Okay, let's see. Okay, Debbie says, representing Western Canada, says CA. I was like, California, you're not in California. I was realized she meant Canada. So she's out in British Columbia. Um, I do better with the Canadian province codes because I'm very, very used to those. There you go. Laura says she slept in this morning. Sleeping is good. Never an issue. If you sleep in, you show up late or you watch the replay. As long as I don't sleep in a mess, I did that one time. That's okay.
We'll forgive you for that one.
Hey, it was one time out of what, 70 or 80, I guess. So I guess, I still got like a 90. I'm still got a solid A. I've got an A plus for being on time. So there you go. Let's see. What was I doing? We've got that. We have this. And yes, I do sit here and talk to myself like this on a regular basis. Like what I do here is what you usually see any other time here. We just keep it real. Like you can't really edit a live, can you? I mean, I guess you could afterwards, but
Well, it gets
choppy. Yeah.
spoiler alert, 7B gets to be a little complex.
Okay. Especially in
Just
that wheel that you're doing, because those colors seem very, very similar.
they are very similar, and the shades don't match the shades on the printout.
Yes.
And there's a pseudo pinwheel in here with the spacer in the middle. So making sure that I had all of the fabrics in the right position just now was interesting.
Got you. Okay. Okay. She says, how do you set the subscriber only mode? I get creeps sometimes saying creepy thing. When you set up your live, Leanna, you can, I think it's like in the second screen, it will actually ask you about the chat and that sort of thing there. I can send you give me it once I'm finished here, if I remember. And if not, remind me, send me an email, ask me to remind. I'll send you a screenshot of where you should check that. It's pretty easy. So, but I'll help you out with that afterwards. So yeah, but it's good if anyone's doing content creating that's doing a live, I would highly recommend that you do subscriber only thing because it just keeps unfortunately there is the spammers and the unsavory element out there. Thankfully, I really haven't had to deal with that, but I know others have, and I've seen them go after Leanna, for instance. So it keeps, and others as well, unfortunately. But if you set it to subscriber mode, it knocks out a lot of it. It won't.
It also forces your fans to subscribe.
It does, and that's a good thing too. but that's why we do it, because I know a few of my content creator friends have suffered from that. So it's not that we want to force you to subscribe. Like, I feel like you should subscribe because you want to, but yeah, it's kind of it's to protect us.
Well,
Uh,
subscribing being free, it's not like it should be a big deal to subscribe if you like their content.
sure, yeah. So there you go. But I'll send you a screenshot, and Martha, I'll send you the same one as well. So okay, Charlotte says she's been stalking the USPS tracking for the says Sills. Okay, so let me explain how this works. That's not unusual. I'll be very surprised if anyone doesn't see that, because they shipped out everything yesterday, to my knowledge. And normally what happens is it goes to the post office and it gets scanned, but they probably shipped out several thousand of these things yesterday. So I would not be surprised at all if the St. Louis post office said, the heck with it, we're not scanning it here. And you'll probably see an update when it goes through the next regional post office that it goes to, depending on where you are. So sometimes you don't see any information until it arrives on your doorstep either. So just bear with it. As I said, I'm not surprised at all that you see pre-shipment, and it sometimes takes 24 hours for it to, for it to kick in as well. So if you haven't seen it today, as I said, you'll probably see an update, hopefully in the next couple of days, when it makes it to, when it leaves the St. Louis area and heads to you. So that's,
It could also be, the time that it got picked up from Cotton Cuts.
yeah,
Because if it was on the later side of the day and they've already scanned everything that they were planning on scanning that day,
right.
it may just have that day delay in the St. Louis hub.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, but just bear with it. As I said, hopefully, tomorrow or Monday you will see an update. As I said, you might not, but it should be on its way to you. And if for some reason it goes missing forever and it never shows up, Cotton Cuts will take care of you. When I did my first color, my first one, the Benet, for So Sweet, for some reason they shipped out. There was 90 detectives that most of them were Benet. Where they shipped it out, they saw the bag leave, and it went missing. It went into thin air, and so they waited. We all waited a little while, very patiently, and it was clue one. I figured as long as we get get it.
Oh, that's even the worst one.
It was like, it was disappointing a little bit to see everybody else, get started and everything else. But I was like, you know what? It's not their fault. Things happen. Stuff goes missing. The communication was good. And after about 2 weeks, when they just figured it, they couldn't find it. Like, nobody could find it. They just, actually, they shipped out clues 1 and 2 together for us. So, yeah, we had to wait a little while, but we got to do 2 clues in one go. So, it's kind of like double the fun in one shot. So, um, just, yeah, it's exciting. Just, hopefully have a little bit of patience. I know it's, nerve-wracking to wait, but if I'm telling you from personal experience, if something goes wrong and it goes missing, you're not going to be out of pocket. Cotton Cuts will take good care of you. So hopefully that won't happen though. I haven't heard of that happening since. It was just one of those weird things that happened. So there you go. Good morning, Becca. It is good to see you. If you haven't checked out Becca's channel, I mean, I think everybody knows Becca, but there might be 1 or 2 folks out there that don't. You are missing out. You need to go check out her channel. She always has wonderful videos, and her main live is at 8 p.m. on a Friday evening, and that's the hip hop happening place to be on a Friday night. I didn't get to hang out with her last night on her live, because we had some family things we were doing. So but I will go watch the replay in a little while as well. And she's been working on the pandas. I think that's what she worked on last night, which has been a lot of fun. I need to finish mine up pretty soon as well. So
I just lost Bob and Chicken.
I'm pretty good at that game. Okay, so Becca apparently gifted 5 memberships. Oh, thank you so much for that. I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do. So there you go. Well, thank you so much for doing that, Becca. You've always been such a wonderful supporter of the channel, and you just don't know how much I appreciate it. She's been supporting me and helping me out and shouting me out from pretty much day one. So there you go as well. Okay, so she says, All of her panda blocks are pieced. Excellent. I need to cut out the fabric, the sweater fabric for my last two and get mine pieced together as well. So it won't take me long because I've actually done the faces for my last two pandas. So, and that's kind of like the hardest part or the most time consuming part.
Yeah, I was looking at that and saw that the faces looked like complex, but the bodies look very easy.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, once you get through the face, you get to you do the eyes, the nose, and it's not hard. It's all stitch and flip.
Yeah.
But that's the most time consuming part. And then yeah, once you get through that, you get to the sweater part. It's just like, it's done super quick. So there you go. All right. So everyone's saying good morning to Becca or good happy birthday, Eve. Now it is her birthday in Australia because it's already well past midnight in Australia. So if you she wants to celebrate her Australian birthday or her New Zealand birthday, she is already partying. And like she said last night on the live, I watched like the first 10 minutes before I went to bed. She said, why not celebrate all weekend? I think that's a great idea. So yeah, and oh yeah, she says, don't forget my birthday was yesterday. Yes, Martha already drummed up support for that. So everyone's already wished us happy birthday for yesterday as well. So thank you for that, Becca. I appreciate that. All right, so it looks like it's about 9:16 and we're getting, I guess we should start our Southern goodbye in a few minutes. And you'll probably get a chuckle out of that, Russ, because you are in the South.
Well, I've got 10 more seconds and I'm done with 7A or 7B.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you'll get to see 7B from Russ, and as I said, you'll see mine a little bit as well. Okay, Becca is also unable. She's the reason I have more than one PMQ head my way puzzle. And PMQ, for anyone that doesn't know, is the Puzzle Mystery Court, which is what Russ and I were working on. He's finishing up as well. So I know a lot of you have already bought them. They're still available for sale. So if you are interested, I'll throw the link into. Oh, hang on, I'm doing the emoji thing again. One of these days I'll get it right. And the nice thing that this time around is that if you each ambassador was given a affiliate code, and if you purchase the Puzzle Mystery Quill or the gnomes or pretty much anything from Cotton Cuts from your favorite ambassador using their code, they will get a small commission, which will also help out their channel. So if you have a favorite content creator that's an ambassador, go over to their channel, grab their code, and then go over to Cotton Cuts and buy, your gnomes or Puzzle Mystery Quilt or membership boxes, whatever it is. And that way you'll get to help them out. If your favorite content creator is Becca, go over and use her code. If I'm your favorite, then use mine. And I won't get mad if you go use Becca's or Beth's or Amber's or someone else's. Definitely go and support your favorite creator if that's something that you're interested in buying. And if you can't afford, if it's not something that you can do right now, there's always more fun later on. Or you can just sit and hang out with us as well. We love you regardless of whether you buy it or not. We just,
Exactly.
we just like to offer it if it's something that you're interested in. So there we go. All right.
I have the clue done.
Oh, wow. That looks fun. That is going to look
Yeah,
amazing when
this
it's done.
pinwheel right here, or pseudo pinwheel on both sides, that was the more complicated to make sure that you got it in the right order.
So that's two different fabrics up in the top left and the top right.
Yes. One
It
is
looks like the same fabric to me.
one of them is a key, the other is a gear.
The gears. Oh, okay.
The shade is the same color, but they're different prints.
Wow, that's fun. Yeah, because lavender was like that.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, like I had to pull out my very, very bestest friend many a time because this is fabric A right here, and then next to it is fabric. I think it was fabric B. They were very, very, very,
Yeah,
very thin.
I remember looking very carefully after seeing your issues, and I still pulled out Jack a few times
I pulled it out
because
every quarter.
I
Every
did it
quarter,
wrong.
at least one. Yeah. Read the instructions carefully and be okay if you make a mistake.
Yes.
Yeah, because this is my fourth puzzle. Yeah, well, let's see. Is this my third or fourth? Carnival's my third. Tree of Life's fourth. So I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I still make mistakes pretty much every time. So if you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Just pull out your friend, take your time, and just go with it. Like it's okay if you make a mistake
I
because
still have to correct these from last month because I pieced them wrong.
yeah, that's my advice to everybody. Just don't let it get you down. You
Yeah,
have
don't
to,
stress.
yeah, if you have to, like if it's frustrating you, put it down, go get a drink, go take a nap, watch a movie, come back to it later, go work on something else. I mean, I've done that before where I've messed it up and I'm like, okay, I'm done with you today. I can't deal with you anymore. And I just put it away and come back to it the next day or a week later, and all of a sudden it rips apart easily. You put it together
Yeah.
like it's supposed to, and everything's honky dory. So all right. So good morning to Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. It's good to see you. She has a wonderful channel as well. And I'm pretty sure it's under Kelly. Let me just see. Jean's here as well. Good morning, Jean. It's good to see you as well. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it is good. And then Jean's in as well. She's a lovely lady. She does her lives. I think she was live yesterday, if I remember correctly. I forget what her schedule is, but she'll be able to tell us what it is in the chat in just a moment. But yeah, she's a lot of fun as well. And let's see. All right, so I think we'll go ahead and get set up and start saying goodbye because our sudden goodbyes always take 10 minutes. What do you have coming up? I know you talked about you're doing the Fort Worth Fabric Studios. Did I get the name right?
Yep, Fort Worth Fabric Studio, their Matters of the Heart sew along. I will be sewing that up on my channel in just over an hour and a half. And we'll get to see how I figured out how to fix my flubber. I know this evening at 5 on Shannon's channel, we are sewing up Carnival as well. So I will be doing my sister's colorway, which is Sky Diver.
Okay.
I think it's Diver, Bee Flyer, but I think it's Diver.
There's both. There's a Sky Flyer and a Sky Diver. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's why I'm like, I don't remember which one she got, and I don't have her color card in front of me.
That's all right.
So
Go
that'll
there,
be
go
this
to Shannon's
evening.
at 5, and then you'll be able to find out which one he's actually doing. So
And
there
then
you
tomorrow
are.
evening, sometime in the 6 or 7 o'clock hour, I should have my weekly vlog up that tells all the craziness that's happened this week and all the progress of stuff that I've done. And then, yeah, I don't have anything going on midweek that I know of. I just know sometime I haven't figured out when I'm going to be rescheduling my 11sies for next week because of Steven's 10,000 bash. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on Friday or if I'm going to do it early Sunday morning. I'll have that decided by midweek.
Excellent. Okay. So yeah, Russ has a lot of quilty goodness. Let's just go through who is live today real quick, because we're getting ready to leave.
Yep.
But there's still plenty of quilty goodness to go on. I believe my friend Katie from over at Greenland Quilter is actually live at the present moment, hanging out with Janice from The Right Way, who has the most beautiful Jamaican accent. I love Janice. So go over and check them out for a little while. My friend Donnell from Giles Stitchery will be going live, I believe, at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is what she usually does. You'll have then, once you're finished hanging out with her for a little while, go over and visit Russ at 11, and you can hang out for him for a little while. Then Mom and Pop Quilt Shop will be live at 1, unless they have a longer live, but I think she did the 6 hour last week, so it should be just a regular time. And then once you're done there, you can go back and visit Katie again at 4, and then go over and visit Shannon at 5. And after that, you can go get your dinner. And I don't know, watch some replays or something else like that. So there we
Buy
go.
fabric with Soya.
Oh yeah, buy fabric from Soya if you want. Or you can go to Cotton Cuts, or you can take a nap, or whatever you want to do. But yeah, you have plenty of choices there as well. So I think with the for me, what am I doing? Okay, so today I was live, but that's almost over.
Yep.
Tomorrow I'll have My podcast. Geez, I'm not wording well, and I've drunk my 2 coffees. What's wrong with me? Okay, so tomorrow I'll have my podcast. Monday will be the video that I teased about last week. It was supposed to go out Thursday, but I got a little delayed. But that will go out Monday, so you'll have a video to watch on Monday. I'll probably throw out a time lapse on Wednesday or Thursday because I've got them recorded. I just need to finish editing those and get one up. Otherwise, I'll be pushing out time lapses every day for a month. And then that's about it for me this week. And then next week we'll be back here. We'll be doing clue 1 of the new one, the what's it called? Tree of Life.
Tree of Life.
And I'll be doing that with Kathy from my hobby home, as long as her fabric shows up on time. And if not, then we'll work some stuff out. But hopefully her fabric will show up, and then we'll do this next week. And that will be it for me for the next week or so. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. It was wonderful. I had such a great time. I felt the love and support from everybody. It was wonderful. I'm not big on birthdays, but I just don't like the attention. But I'm a content creator. Go figure. There you go. So with that, I think we will say goodbye. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you are watching the replay, please say hi in the comments. I always love hearing from you, and I do read those. I'm just a little behind in responding to them, but please be rest assured that I always read your comments as well. So you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you around very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So